Hey everybody, welcome to episode 20 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Let's get our 0.90 career resumed. Okay, here we are in the Kerbal Space Center. 1 second while I just get a stopwatch going. There we go. Okay, we're looking at about 300,000 credits. I did do a couple of things off camera. The first thing I did was I actually got that space plane that I've been working on tweaked up and fixed, and I just did a test flight to go complete this other contract. The contract I just completed was somewhere buried in all these contracts. It was this one, yeah, this one, to go get a visual survey of Kerbal. Also, a really quick one to test the Rockomax Poodle. But there's some pretty awesome contracts that are out there now. We have 2 for temperature scans of Minmas. We have a surface outpost on Minmas worth a lot of money. And a satellite in polar orbit of Minmas. And it looks like we have a couple of new moon ones too. So, science data from space around moon, a surface base worth a ton of science, and planting a flag. Here's another visual survey of Kerbal. But I'm going to actually go for some of these Minmas ones. Again, since we should have no problem, I'll grab them both. Worst case scenario is I fail one of them. Yeah. Temperature scans around Minmas. Need to take a quick pop into the old R&D here to unlock some scientific nodes. We could get the press map barometer. Or some more options for solar panels. I kind of think I'll get more options for solar panels at this point. I don't know. New ways to get science is always useful. When in doubt, go for this node. Which is the hitchhiker storage container. Yeah, that gives me access to nuclear engines, which means we can really go interplanetary at a later time. And we have all sorts of adapters now. Alright, that's it. That's that. We're done. Now we're planning a mission on Minmas. I am going to go ahead and upgrade this for 90,000 funds. That gets us a smooth runway as opposed to a bumpy one. We still have 319,000 funds available. So, you know, there's some other upgrades out there we can be looking at. 3 million funds for that. Alright, our rocket ship is now hanging here, bound for Minmas. Let's check the old map to see if there's any. The moon is still in our way. I'm going to go to the, I'm going to go to the Space Center. Or here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fast forward time. 1 full day. We'll just get ourselves zooming around a day. There we go. Now back to the map. Yes, that gets the moon out of my way. We found out last time that having, since the moon and doing the whole horizon launch trick, it was bad. It was bad. All right. Quick save that. There's nothing else to do but launch this thing. Throttle it up. T. There's not a pilot on board. That's because we have the wrong person doing this. Okay, we're not going to use Bob. We need to use Tanvan because he's a pilot. S-Days 10. Not Bob. Tanvan. I know you guys are excited. To want to go. Okay, yeah, Tanvan has all sorts of maneuver nodes available to him now. So, quick save. There aren't any other things to do, really, other than, let's get this thing going. What do you say? In 3, 2, 1, launch! Straight up, very fast. We're going to back the throttle way down here, because we don't want to be going faster than terminal velocity, which under 2,000 meters is 100 meters per second, by the way. So we're going to keep it right about there. Let our guy gain some altitude before dumping up some speed, okay? The first set of fuel tanks are expired. Goodbye. More power to the engines that are remaining. We'll get ourselves up to 200 meters per second, and then worry about staging later. I'm going to go 2/3 throttle. I think that'll be good enough for the rest of this ascent, pretty much. We're getting ourselves down to the 3 weaker engines, though, so we'll keep an eye on that. Tan Van, we're about ready to turn prograde here. I'll get yourself set up on orbit. Goodbye, booster stage. At 3/4 throttle, we're still gaining speed, and this tank is going to drain pretty darn slowly. So, surface speed is looking good. We're above 12,000. Let's go ahead and punch it. Tan Van, take us prograde. Tan Van is on the ball. We are launching prograde. We're going to flip over to the map and let him fly this thing. Those 2 stages are spent. This other stage, I'm not going to worry about going back to map until we get to 1,000 meters per second. We are gaining speed rapidly. Stage is expired. Gone with the rockets. And we are on our way. Tan Van's got us set prograde. Hopefully we have what it takes to get there, but I'm going to go ahead and just take care of this on my own. I will skip time, you know, basically. We're just thrusting forward now, nothing special going on until we get to height of Apoapsis' height of 75,000 meters. So hang tight, we'll catch you there. Alright, we're coming up on the Apoapsis. Main engine cutoff went great. We're waiting for about 20 to 18 seconds on the clock to fire up this engine and circularize our orbit. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, here we go. So we have a 30-second burn left, and it looks like we have about 90 seconds worth of fuel, maybe 80 seconds worth of fuel in this particular stage. So that is the true awesome efficiency of this asparagus staging. You can see how much fuel we still have left in this lower stage, or in this orbital stage, even with the additional weight that we brought in the form of goo canisters and stuff. Okay, let's take a look at our orbit here and see how we did. We got ourselves a 79 by 71, which means I want to go orbit anti-radial. Tan Van, please take us anti-radial. We're just gonna circularize this one a little bit better. And one thing I do want to do is make sure that this piece of solar panel is facing the sun. A little orbital adjustment. And that's good enough for me. Now we can go ahead and plan our Minmas encounter. Where's Minmas hiding? You're over there. We're going to have to come around to orbit. And we'll be doing a plane change beforehand. Set as target. Back to us. Zoom in. We are coming up on the descending node. Descending node, so we want to face orbit normal. Take us orbit normal there, Tan Van. Reorient so our solar panel is in the sun. We'll get our plane changed, fixed here at the descending node, and then we'll worry about the rest in a bit. Now, if I'm really smart, what I would do is actually wait until this orbit line is directly over the Kerbal Space Center, and then just launch at an angle to give myself what I need. So we still have this much fuel in this lower stage to help us get towards Minmas, which is a lot, actually. And maybe right about here we'll stick an orbit maneuver, pull prograde. We're only adding 38 seconds worth of velocity, which isn't even going to drain this tank, I don't think. And there's our perfect encounter. Let's go ahead and just double check that. Yep, pretty good. Good enough for me. Actually, just kind of fine-tune this a little bit here. Ding. Okay. All right, we're in the final stages of getting this burn going. Off to Minmas. How much fuel do we have? 169, and we know our consumption is about 5 something. So, what is that? 150 divided by 5 is 3. So that's 30. Not quite 30 seconds of fuel on this one. All right, we're there. Let's go ahead and get these engines going. And we're going to end up running out of juice just at the end of this, which is fine. As we burn through the rest of this. And once this is done, we'll be Minmas bound. Whoops. So that little change in our rocket, going to asparagus staging, has made this much of a huge difference as far as what our rocket is actually capable of doing. I'm going to get this encounter trimmed back up to where I want it, like that. All right, we'll see you guys out here at the Sphere of Influence from Minmas. In fact, oh, wait. I wonder if I can just... do a little better. Yep. Okay. We're off to Minmas again. See you there. All right, so here we are on the dark side of Minmas. I want to take a look at these temperature readings and see if we can't figure out how to get ourselves into a cool orbit that would actually allow us to get a bunch of these all at once. We need to turn anti-radial and get our periapsis to a reasonable altitude. So this upper stage, we are just now barely touching the fuel. I mean, this is we used a little bit to get our orbit adjusted when we were coming in, or to, when we're leaving Kerbin's sphere of influence. And we're using just a little bit to get this thing roped into Minmas where we want it, more or less. Yeah, we're going to need to do a crazy plane change. But first, we plan orbital insertion. Now, what we could actually get ourselves a polar orbit and then just sort of coast around with Minmas until all these places are underneath us. But we have enough fuel that I'm not going to worry about it. Here's a 21-second burn. I know for a fact we have 180 seconds worth of fuel left. And we're not actually doing any landings necessarily. I wonder, we haven't been to Minmas yet with these things, so we can actually get this mystery goo observations done. Sort of materials bay while out here. Keep that. Yes, that'll be a bunch of science coming back. And it looks like I put my... Oh, I know what happened. I had the X key turned on. No big deal. A little bit of parts clipping. So, I'll catch you guys in a bit when we get to that maneuver. Okay, here we are. We're coming up on this maneuver. While we're here... We get a crew report? We've already got that. How about an EVA? Yeah, so we haven't done our EVA work yet. Go retrograde, please. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a braking maneuver set up to get into orbit. So we haven't done our EVA surveillance of Minmas. We should definitely make sure and go around Minmas with the various places and do that while we're here. Get all that science as well. There we go. How we looking? 23 by 20 is good enough for me. We're in a retrograde orbit. As soon as we get over this here lake, I think we will do another EVA. So, what I'll probably do is just get all this stuff as a montage, since we're more or less out of time in this episode anyway. So it's time for the Science Extravaganza montage. Cue the music! Alright, I've done all of the observations of those things that I'm going to get done right now. Now I need to start positioning myself for some of these temperature scan readings. So, what I'm going to do, it looks like it's come around maybe this way to here. And just do a full plane change. Right about here. We will go orbit normal. And keep an eye on our fuel here. We're just going to bend this sucker around. Minmas's gravity is so light. Now, if we go retrograde, we can activate navigation on this one right here, basically. A little more orbit normal. There we go. Retrograde. And all I'm going to go ahead and do is bring my bring myself down to, what is this, area P0H. So I need to find out my contract where area P0H is on the surface at P0H. Alright, fine, we'll land. We'll go ahead and land right there. Cycle the gear. We're getting ready for a Minmas landing here to get one of these observations done. Alright, we're just hitting the brakes now. It's awfully dark right now. I should have brought a light. Okay, we're going to face up and down until, oh. We should be pretty much right there. Whoops. Too much thrust. Okay, now I need to pay attention to the ground radar here. We're at 600 meters, coming down at 20 or so. Let's go ahead and bring that down to a reasonable level. So, with Tan Van pointing retrograde, I no longer need to worry about making sure I'm aimed the right direction for all this stuff, which is really handy. Down at 1.5. Can kill this node, I don't need it anymore. Okay. Don't fall over you. Well, it doesn't really matter if it falls over. Mystery goo. Keep that. Let's get a crew report. And transmit that. We need to make sure that we have enough electrical charge for all this kind of stuff. Which isn't an issue. Okay, we'll go ahead and have Tan Van get us EVA going. That's right, we can take surface samples now. Wow. So surface samples of all the different places we go to is going to be worth a lot of money. Or a lot of science, I should say. Alright, we do need to kind of hover, looks like, east a little bit. T. Don't go retrograde. And there you have it. There's one of them done. Below, above. Goya's Jest. So now, how can I get to these other two? Basically, if I head more or less east, we should have no problem getting these other readings. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Crash. Come on, ship. Come on, pilot. Okay, this is where I'm going to cut it off, actually. This episode's running long no matter what I'm doing here, so I am going to go ahead and fire up another episode to finish the Minmas mission, going around and getting these temperature readings, and then heading back to Kerbal. So, looking at my stopwatch here, I'm going to say keep flying and stay shiny. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate your guys' input and having fun with this. We're making money. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.